Welcome back to Easy English Talk podcast.
Imagine this. You land your dream job, but on your first day, the team meeting is in English. You freeze. You understand some words, but not enough to join the conversation. That sinking feeling? It's why millions of people around the world are learning English right now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Easy English Talk podcast. I'm Ryan, and with me, as always, is my co-host Priya. Today, we are discussing why English is essential in the modern age.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here with you again. This topic is so important because English touches almost every part of modern life. Whether you realize it or not, it's everywhere.
Exactly. And I think many people feel pressure to learn English, but they don't always know why. Some people think it's just for work or just for travel, but the reality is much bigger than that.
Right. And what makes this complicated is that learning a language takes time and effort. So people want to know, is it really worth it? And if so, what makes English so special compared to other languages?
Those are the questions we're going to explore today. Let's start with the problem first. Why do so many people struggle with this decision to learn English or not?
Well, I think part of the struggle is that people underestimate how connected the world has become. 30 or 40 years ago, you could live your whole life speaking only your native language. But now, the internet, global business, and travel have changed everything.
That's a good point. The world has shrunk in a way. If you want to access information, connect with people from other countries, or grow in your career, English often becomes necessary. But here's the thing. Not everyone sees this clearly at first.
Exactly. Some people think, I live in my own country. I speak my own language. Why do I need English? And that's a fair question if your daily life doesn't require it. But the problem is that opportunities often come when you least expect them.
Right. Maybe a company wants to promote you, but the new role involves international clients. Or maybe you want to study abroad, but the courses are taught in English. Suddenly, not knowing English becomes a barrier.
And it's not just about missing opportunities. It's also about access to knowledge. Think about how much content on the internet is in English.
Oh, absolutely. If you search for information online, especially technical or scientific content, most of it is in English. That means people who don't speak English are cut off from a huge amount of knowledge. It's like having a library where most of the books are locked.
That's a powerful image, and it's true. Whether it's research papers, online courses, tutorials, or even entertainment, English dominates. If you want to learn something new or stay informed, English gives you access.
So the problem is clear. People need English to unlock opportunities and access information. But many people hesitate because learning a language feels overwhelming. They don't know where to start, or they think it's too late.
That's another big part of the problem. Fear. People worry that they're too old or that they don't have enough time. Or they tried to learn English before and gave up because it was too difficult.
And I understand that fear. Language learning is hard work. But here's what I want people to know. The benefits of learning English far outweigh the effort. And the good news is that you don't need to be perfect to start seeing those benefits.
Absolutely. Even basic English can open doors. You don't need to sound like a native speaker to communicate effectively. What matters is that you can express your ideas and understand others.
So let's shift now to the solutions. Let's talk about why English is essential and what it can do for you. We'll go through this step by step, starting with the most obvious reason, career opportunities. Priya, why is English so important for work?
English is the language of international business. That's the simple answer. If you work for a multinational company or if your company does business with other countries, English is the common language. It's the bridge that connects people from different places.
And if your job doesn't require English right now, it might in the future. Companies are expanding globally. Technology is connecting teams across borders. If you want to grow in your career, English gives you an advantage.
Think about it this way. 2 candidates apply for the same promotion. One speaks English fluently and the other doesn't. Who do you think the company will choose if the role involves international communication?
The one who speaks English, obviously. And this isn't just about big corporations. Even small businesses are going global now because of the internet.
Exactly. If you run an online business, your customers might be from anywhere in the world. English helps you communicate with them, understand their needs, and build trust. It's not just a skill anymore. It's a business tool.
And let's be honest, speaking English also makes you more confident in professional settings. When you can participate in meetings, write clear emails, and present your ideas, people take you seriously. You're no longer on the sidelines.
That confidence is huge. I've seen people transform their careers just by improving their English. They go from feeling invisible to being heard and respected, and that changes everything.
So, career growth is one major reason. But let's move to another big one: education. English is the language of higher education in many countries. If you want to study at a top university, you often need to know English.
That's right. Many of the world's best universities teach in English. If you want to study engineering, medicine, business, or science at an international level, English is essential. Even if the university is in a non-English speaking country, the courses might still be in English.
And it's not just about attending classes. If you want to read research papers, collaborate with other students, or publish your own work, English is the standard. It's the language of academia.
Plus, scholarships and exchange programs often require English proficiency. If you want financial support to study abroad, you'll probably need to prove that you can speak and write in English. So it's not just about learning, it's about access to opportunities.
And here's something people don't always think about. Learning English also improves your thinking skills. When you study a new language, your brain works harder. You become better at solving problems, understanding different perspectives, and thinking critically.
That's true. Language learning is like exercise for your brain. It strengthens your memory, improves your focus, and makes you more adaptable. These skills help you in every area of life, not just in English.
So, education is another powerful reason. Now let's talk about something more personal: connection. English allows you to connect with people from all over the world, and in today's world, that's incredibly valuable.
I love this point because it's not just about work or school, it's about relationships. Think about how many people you can meet online. If you speak English, you can talk to someone in Japan, Brazil, Kenya, or anywhere else.
And these connections can lead to friendships, partnerships, or even just interesting conversations. You learn about different cultures, different ways of thinking, and different lifestyles. It makes your life richer.
Plus, English is the most common second language in the world. That means even if you meet someone from another country, you can often communicate in English. It's the global connector.
And let's not forget travel. If you love to travel, English makes everything easier. You can ask for directions, order food, book hotels, and have real conversations with locals. It turns a trip into an experience.
Absolutely. I remember traveling to a country where I didn't speak the local language, but because I spoke English, I could still communicate with people. It made the trip so much more enjoyable and less stressful.
And even if people don't speak perfect English, just knowing some basic phrases helps. It shows respect and effort, and people appreciate that. It breaks down barriers.
So, connection is another essential reason to learn English. It opens up your world socially and personally. You're not limited to people who speak your native language.
Now let's talk about something practical: access to information. We touched on this earlier, but it's worth going deeper. English gives you access to knowledge that you simply can't get in other languages.
This is especially true for technology and science. If you want to learn about the latest developments in artificial intelligence, medicine, or engineering, most of that content is in English. Research papers, articles, and discussions happen in English.
And it's not just academic content. Think about online courses. Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and Khan Academy offer thousands of courses. Most of them are in English.
So, if you want to learn a new skill like coding, digital marketing, or graphic design, English is your gateway. You can study from the best teachers in the world, often for free or at a low cost. But you need English to understand the lessons.
And let's talk about entertainment for a moment. Movies, TV shows, podcasts, books, so much of this content is originally in English. Sure, you can watch dubbed versions or read translations, but you miss something in the process.
Exactly. When you watch a movie in its original language, you hear the actor's real voice. You catch the jokes, the cultural references, and the emotion. Translations are good, but they're never quite the same.
And if you love reading, English opens up an entire world of books, from classic literature to modern novels to self-help books. So much is published in English first. If you want to read the latest bestseller, you often have to wait for a translation. Or you can just read it in English.
Plus, many authors never get translated into other languages. If you only read in your native language, you're missing out on voices and stories. English gives you access to all of that.
So, access to information and entertainment is another huge benefit. Now let's talk about something that might surprise people. Personal growth. Learning English could actually change how you see yourself.
This is so true. When you learn a new language, you challenge yourself. You step outside your comfort zone and prove to yourself that you can do hard things. That builds confidence.
And confidence affects everything. It affects how you speak up in meetings, it affects how you approach new opportunities, it affects how you see your own potential.
I think people underestimate this. They think learning English is just about communication, but it's also about growth. You become a stronger, more capable person.
And here's another angle. Learning English helps you understand your own language better. When you study grammar, vocabulary, and sentence structure in English, you start to notice patterns. You think more carefully about how language works.
That's a great point. I've heard people say that learning English made them better writers in their native language because they became more aware of how to express ideas clearly. It sharpens your communication skills overall.
So, personal growth is another reason. Now let's address something important. The fear of making mistakes. A lot of people avoid learning English because they're afraid of sounding stupid. They don't want to make errors in front of others.
This is such a common fear, and I want to say this clearly. Everyone makes mistakes when learning a language. Native speakers make mistakes too. Mistakes are part of the process. They're how you learn.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Most people are kind when you're learning. If you try to speak English, even if you make mistakes, people appreciate the effort. They want to help you.
And you know what? Making mistakes is actually a sign that you're pushing yourself. If you only say things you're 100% sure about, you'll never improve. You have to take risks and learn from them.
So don't let fear hold you back. The people who succeed in learning English are the ones who embrace mistakes. They see errors as feedback, not failure. And that mindset makes all the difference.
And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be understood. Even if your grammar isn't perfect or your accent is strong, you can still communicate effectively. That's what matters.
All right, let's talk about something practical now. How English helps with technology. If you use the internet, smartphones, or computers, you've probably noticed that a lot of the language is in English, and that's not a coincidence.
Right. English is the default language of technology. Most software, apps, and websites are designed in English first. Even if there's a translation, the original interface is in English.
And if you want to learn how to use new technology, the tutorials and guides are usually in English. If you run into a problem and search for a solution online, the best answers are often in English. It's just the reality of the tech world.
Plus, if you work in tech or want to work in tech, English is non-negotiable. Programming languages use English keywords. Documentation is in English. Online communities where developers share knowledge use English.
So if you want to thrive in the digital age, English is essential. It's not just a nice-to-have skill, it's a must-have. And the good news is that technology can also help you learn English.
Absolutely. There are so many apps, websites, and tools that make learning English easier than ever. You can practice speaking, listening, reading, and writing from your phone. Technology has made language learning accessible to everyone.
So let's talk about mindset for a moment. A lot of people think, I'm too old to learn English, or they say, I don't have time. But both of those beliefs are limiting.
I hear this all the time, and I always push back. You're never too old to learn a language. Yes, children learn faster in some ways, but adults have advantages too.
Like what?
Adults are more disciplined. They understand grammar rules better. They know how to study and set goals. And most importantly, they have a clear reason for learning, which keeps them motivated.
That's a great point. Kids learn languages naturally because they're surrounded by them, but adults can learn strategically. You can focus on the words and phrases you actually need, which makes the process faster.
And as for time, you don't need hours every day. Even 15 or 20 minutes of consistent practice can make a big difference. The key is consistency, not quantity.
Exactly. People think they need to dedicate huge amounts of time, and then they don't start at all. But small, regular steps add up. You can listen to a podcast during your commute. You can read a short article before bed. You can practice speaking for a few minutes every day.
And here's the thing. Learning English doesn't have to feel like work. You can watch movies, listen to music, play games, or chat with people online. Make it fun, and it won't feel like a chore.
So mindset is everything. If you believe you can learn English and you take small steps every day, you will improve. It's that simple. Don't let age or time become excuses.
Now, let's talk about another benefit of English. It boosts your confidence in unfamiliar situations. When you travel, when you meet new people, or when you face a challenge, knowing English gives you a safety net. You know you can communicate if you need to.
That's huge. I think a lot of people underestimate how much anxiety comes from not being able to communicate. If you're in a foreign country and you don't speak the language, everything feels harder. But if you speak even basic English, you feel more in control.
Exactly. You can ask for help, you can read signs, you can navigate airports, train stations, and hotels. English reduces stress because it gives you options. You're not helpless.
And this applies to more than just travel. If you're in a professional setting and someone speaks to you in English, you don't panic. You can respond calmly and confidently because you've practiced.
And you know what? That confidence affects how others see you too. When you speak clearly and confidently, people trust you more. They see you as capable and professional.
So English isn't just a language, it's a tool for confidence. And in a world that's constantly changing, confidence is one of the most valuable things you can have. It helps you adapt and thrive.
Let's also talk about how English creates opportunities for creativity. If you're a writer, artist, musician, or content creator, English expands your audience. You could reach people all over the world.
That's such a good point. Think about YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok. If you create content in English, your potential audience is billions of people. If you only create content in your native language, your audience is much smaller.
And this isn't just about fame or money. It's about sharing your ideas and your art with more people. If you have something valuable to say, English helps you say it to the world. It amplifies your voice.
And even if you're not a content creator, English can help you express yourself better. Maybe you want to write a blog about your experiences. Maybe you want to connect with people who share your interests.
Or maybe you want to contribute to online communities, share your knowledge, or help others. English makes all of that easier. It's the language of collaboration and creativity.
So creativity is another reason to learn English. Now let's talk about something important. English is constantly evolving. It's not a fixed, rigid language. It changes with culture, technology, and society.
That's true, and it's actually a good thing. It means English is flexible and adaptable. You don't have to learn it perfectly, you just have to learn enough to communicate.
And because English is everywhere, it's easier to stay updated. You can watch a TV show and hear new slang. You can read a news article and learn new vocabulary.
Plus, English borrows words from other languages all the time. So if you speak another language, you might already know some English words without realizing it. Words like pizza, karate, and safari are used in English but come from other languages.
That's a great point. English is like a big melting pot. It takes words and ideas from everywhere, and that makes it easier to learn because it's not as foreign as you might think.
Exactly. And because so many people speak English as a second language, there's no single correct way to speak it. There are many different accents, styles, and variations. You don't have to sound like someone from London or New York.
Right. As long as you're clear and understandable, you're speaking English correctly. There's no need to stress about sounding like a native speaker. Communication is the goal, not perfection.
And that's freeing, isn't it? You can be yourself and still speak English well. You don't have to lose your identity or your accent. You just have to learn how to express your ideas.
So let's bring this all together now. We've talked about career opportunities, education, connection, access to information, personal growth, confidence, creativity, and more. All of these reasons point to one conclusion. English is essential in the modern age. It's not just useful, it's necessary.
And here's what I want people to understand. Learning English isn't about becoming someone else. It's about expanding who you already are. It's about giving yourself more tools, more options, and more freedom.
Exactly. You're not losing anything by learning English. You're gaining access to a bigger world. And in that bigger world, you can find opportunities, friendships, knowledge, and experiences that you never imagined.
And yes, learning English takes effort. It takes time, but the investment is worth it. Every hour you spend learning English is an hour spent building a better future for yourself.
And you don't have to do it alone. There are millions of people learning English right now. There are teachers, apps, websites, and communities ready to help you. You just have to take the first step.
And then that first step doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's listening to a podcast like this one. Maybe it's learning 5 new words today. Maybe it's saying one sentence out loud.
Whatever it is, just start. Because the sooner you start, the sooner you'll see progress. And progress, even small progress, is motivating. It makes you want to keep going.
And remember, English is not just for other people. It's for you. It's for your dreams, your goals, and your future. Don't let fear or doubt stop you from reaching for it.
So here's what we want you to take away from today's episode. English is essential because it connects you to the world. It opens doors in your career, your education, and your personal life.
It gives you access to information, entertainment, and opportunities that you wouldn't have otherwise. It builds your confidence and helps you grow as a person. And it allows you to share your voice with millions of people.
And the best part? You can start learning right now. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment or the perfect resources. You just need to decide that you're ready.
So if you've been thinking about learning English, or if you've been struggling with it, don't give up. Keep going, keep practicing, keep pushing yourself, because every step you take brings you closer to fluency.
And fluency isn't about perfection. It's about connection. It's about being able to express yourself, understand others, and participate fully in the modern world. That's what English gives you.
So thank you for listening to today's episode of Easy English Talk podcast. We hope this conversation helped you see why English is so essential, and we hope it inspired you to keep learning.
If you enjoyed this episode, we have many more topics waiting for you. We talk about motivation, communication, culture, learning strategies, and so much more. So explore our other episodes and keep improving your English with us.
And remember, you're not alone on this journey. We're here to support you, and so is a whole community of learners just like you. Keep going, stay curious, and believe in yourself.
Until next time, take care and keep practicing. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Keep learning and keep growing. Your English journey is just beginning, and we're excited to be part of it. See you soon.